Alright guys, we are going to start the steps of mixing Ilaris. So there's the box. I'm gonna open it up. Okay. I'm gonna take this out. This is the powder. As you could see, it's kind of almost solid, but it's really just compressed powder. We're going to check the expiration. It's July 2019, which is good. Now this is the still water, and that expires on 2018, so we're on good shape. So usually you just pop the cover for both. Okay, and now we are going to take alcohol wipe, even if it's not included with the package. If you have something, or you could buy something locally over the counter. I just clean this up, and I'll just clean this up a little bit. Okay, and I usually wait a few seconds until the alcohol is evaporated and dried up. So the first step will be, we're going to take the long needle, the big needle. So this is the small needle, and this is the big needle. The small needle is for the last step, which is the injection. We're not going to use it until later on. And this is the larger needle. Now there are two types of needles, of syringes. There are this type, and this is the other type. I like the bigger type more than the smaller type. The reason for this is when you have air bubbles in the system, it's much easier to clear it with a larger syringe. With a smaller one, you don't have much space to play with, and really you get stuck. You have to do it multiple times, and I don't like doing that. So the larger one is much better. So even though they will send you multiple types, try to stick to the larger ones. The other problem we are having here is sometimes the pharmacy might send the wrong size needle, which is, for example, in our case, 1.5 inch needle, which is not long enough. As you can see, it does not go all the way down to the corner of the vial to pull the last drop of the medication. It becomes very hard if you don't have the extra 1/2 inch. As you could see here, I have some extras from previous shipments, so this will be, I'm going to replace that. So I'm going to take this out and replace it with this is the longer one, and make sure you tight the needle very well so it does not introduce any air in the system. So here is the step. So the instruction says pull the plunger all the way a little bit below the 1 milliliter mark, push it in. Okay. And we are going to push the plunger back in, empty the syringe from the air, and flip the thing. As you could see, I'm going to keep the head of the needle inside the water. Make sure it's always under the water, otherwise you will have some air coming into the syringe, and by itself, because of the vacuum differential, it will start come down, pulling by itself, but you give it a notch a little bit to pull the extra water. So I'm going to pull a little bit more. As you can see, there is a little bit of air on top. I'm going to pull more, and I'll push back. As you can see, I'm pushing back, and now I am at the 1 milliliter mark roughly, with almost no. Okay, I'm gonna pull it down now. I need to get more. So you may have to do this multiple times until you get rid of the air. So at the moment I don't have any air left, and I have clean 1 milliliter, as you could see. So now we are going to push it in. Let's just follow the instructions. Okay, as you could see, we are okay. So now we are going to transfer the solution into the Ilaris powder. Okay. Okay. Right. So now you just gently empty the syringe. Alright, that's it. Push all the way for the last drop of water to come out. Then pull the syringe out slowly. Okay. Now, always cap the needles. You don't want to get, hurt or somebody else by the exposed needle. So now the instruction says here we need to, where is it? Here it is. Okay. We need to shake this for at 45-degree angle for 1 minute, swirling. I mean, if it's more than 1 minute or if it's less than 1 minute, it's really not, it's approximation. The important thing is don't shake it. Just slowly move the medication to allow it to mix without, without leaving any powdery particles. You could use a stopwatch just to. It was harder in the first few 2 shots, but after that it became easier to follow. After this, we are going to leave the solution on. Okay, the 1 minute is over, so I'm just gonna leave it here for 5 more minutes. And we will come back when it's. I'm gonna put the stopwatch at 5 minutes, and we're gonna start it, and we will be back then.